I am long overdue for a tank bag on the KLR 650, but I've been having a hard time trying to find one that checks all the boxes for what I need. Now, I need a regular tank bag that's going to be able to hold all the normal stuff you put in there, but I also need one that's going to be capable of holding all my camera equipment, my drone, a map, charging everything. That's a lot to ask, but I think the Nelson Rigg tank bag is going to be able to do it for us, so let's have a look at that today. So like I mentioned, I need a tank bag to do a little bit more than just the general things for what I do on the bike. I do a lot of filming, as you know, obviously, because we're here. But I really noticed it on our big trip that we went on to Cape Breton. Now, normally what I ended up doing is I usually store a lot of my batteries and things right here on the crash bars with this little pouch, usually mounted right there. But I was worried about that being a problem for wiping out. If I wiped out on it, that's a lot of batteries, that's a lot of equipment that's gonna get trashed. So I put it up here and made a makeshift tank bag. But I didn't like that either because I ended up having bungee cords holding it down there, and those ended up leaving a few marks on the actual gas tank. So the solution to this problem is a Nelson Rigg adventure tank bag. So this one here is a pretty good option so far. I like it already because of the budget. This is about a little less than $150 Canadian, so it hits the mark there, but it offers a lot more space and it actually has a lot of more protective material. Plus, I also got some other cool things to help us protect the tank a little bit here from Chrono Parts. I have a little bit of a gas tank padding system there that I got from them. So I'm hoping that's gonna do the job there. So we're gonna install that today. Plus I'm also gonna walk you through a little bit of what you get when you get this bag, so you can get an idea or a heads up of how much volume it has, what kind of features it has too, and then after that, I'm gonna apply all the camera equipment to it. All right, so let's have a look at the tank bag first before we dive into really, installing it and starting to put stuff into it. Because really with this video too, what I want to do is give you guys a bit of a first impression of it so you can get an idea of what it's going to look like, because it is a popular tank bag. I mean, for the price, like I mentioned, it's a really easy grab. So for a lot of people, it's going to be a no-brainer. But what I like to see when I start looking at things is how many cool pouches does it have? Well, I can tell you right now, it's got a lot. It's got the nice side pouch, which is actually quite big. So I'm expecting to put maybe, on this side, batteries that are already charged up in there. The other side, another great little spot just for other weird, normal things that you'd like to put in there. One of the big things I really, really am stoked for is the fact that it has a map pouch. Now, a lot of people end up using this for their cell phone, which is a great application for it, but I love using paper maps when I go out. So I'm looking forward to seeing how well this can stand up to putting a map in there and how easy it's going to be able to function for that use. So let's take a look inside here a bit. So like I mentioned, you have the map pouch over here, which is your typical map pouch. Just peels off on the corner, Velcro, and you just jam whatever phone or map you want in there. It also has a little hole here for a cable in case you want to run the cable from your phone out or whatever you have in there. That's key as well. And another really neat part about this is it also has another cable port right here on the bottom, like that. So this is another area that you can run a cable out of in case you want to charge things up. As far as depth and volume is concerned, in its current configuration, which is just the normal way that you have this tank bag, it's actually got a lot of space in there. There's a lot of depth actually in the back end. I don't know if you can see it, but right down through in here, there's actually a lot of dead space in there too for stuff, which is good. And aside from all of that, you can expand it quite well too, because it does have a little bit of an expansion zipper. So this other zipper here is going to allow you to open it up a little bit more. So if we just unzip this guy, you can see that it extends quite a bit. So your pack volume in the tank bag is increased quite a bit. Now, I'll say right now, this is too much for me. If I'm sitting with this on the bike like that and it's right up in my face, that's a lot. So I probably won't use this too often for myself. Another cool thing that they have is a little bit of a rain guard. So this is also quite neat. So this basically just goes over top of everything. You can see that it is a little bit of a fitted section here. But the way this goes on is it just goes over top. And then you just bring it down over everything. But that tells you one thing right away about this tank bag, is that it is not waterproof unless you put this protective cover on it, which I don't have too big of a problem with. You can still see through to the map, to your phone. You won't be able to access any of the touch controls. There's just too many layers probably. I will say too that this zipper is a little bit deceiving. It kind of looks like if I open this zipper up, I'll be able to get into the tank bag, but no, you don't. That's just to allow it to expand with that expansion feature that we looked at earlier. So, if I was gonna give this guy a con off the top, it would be the fact that you can't get into the tank bag from the rain cover. So, now that we've got an idea of what we're getting into as far as the tank bag is concerned, let's take a look at getting it installed a little bit. And even before that, like I mentioned, I'm worried about scuffing up the tank. So one of the things that I got from Chrono Parts was their little gas tank protection system here. Now they have some foam that you can get from them. And that's pretty much what it is ruggedized foam. So I'm gonna put this on the tank plus these two guys here for the knees. And once I get that installed, I'll put the tank bag on. All right, so here are all the pieces. Let's take a look. What does it say? So clean off. There we are. Too easy. That was pretty easy to go on. Huh? This is what I use for general camera equipment, GoPro drone stuff. So this is a bag that came with my DJI Mini 2, and I got the Fly More package. But overall, it's been an excellent go bag for putting in just general camera equipment stuff. Now, normally what I'll do is I'll have a couple of these neoprene pouch things that I get whenever I buy a microphone from Amazon. I usually get a pouch, and I'll have a couple of these for like a camera. So 2 cameras will sit on this if I'm not filming. So let's break out all this stuff, because essentially what I want to do is I want to move this bag, all the contents from this bag, into the tank bag and add a few more things. So it's a lot to ask because this bag does a lot. So let's break it down and I'll show you everything that's in it. All right, so this is pretty much everything. Actually, you know what? It's not really everything, because since I'm filming this, I'm using a lot of everything. But we have the drone here itself, the DJI Mini 2. We have the controller unit. This black and red bag is where I keep all my audio equipment. So things like my digital audio recorder, any microphones and cabling associated to that go in here. All my batteries go into this little guy. So really, I guess we can throw the drone battery in there too. It's actually good. And then I have just some general GoPro attachment knickknack stuff. In addition to this, what I want to add is pretty heavy duty battery charger and the drone battery charger and 1x GoPro battery charger. So plus cables here and here to support that, one USB-C and then one whatever the other one is, and then another smaller battery bank for comms and phone. So it's a lot of stuff. Plus I want to get a map in there. Plus I want to have a little tiny bit of room to just store normal things. So this is a big ask for the Nelson rig. I don't know if it's up to the task, but we're going to find out. I think it's going to be up to the task. All right, so I'm going to keep the map in there because I want to do it with the expectation that there's going to be some map occupying some of the volume. But I also want to keep some protection in here too. So what I did in advance was I carved out some foam for the drone. It's not the best jobber ever, but still. So I'm going to slide this into the tank bag like this. Let's scoot it up to the front here a little bit. There we go. So there. So now what this does is I'll be able to put my drone in right there. And then I'm going to have this down inside this. And that'll be a little flap. So now I can have like a flap, open it up so I can store stuff on top without having to worry about the drone's rotors or, you know, anything about that that's important getting damaged. So let's see if we can put this together. Let's move that ahead a bit, and I'll put the drone in. That sits in there pretty good. Next, I'm going to put my flap in. There we are. So now the flap opens up, you access the drone. The controller unit will go back into this area here, and we'll just tuck it down in behind the flap so it's got the padding from the flap. And the next thing I want to do is I want to get the chargers in there. So I think what we'll do is we'll put this charger in. And before I do this, I'm going to run some cable through that small hole there. I might have to take this out again to do that. Hang on. There. Now I should have enough room on the side here to put the drone charger. Okay. See how it fits in there like that? Bring it up to the front a little bit more. Very cool. And then this guy I think we'll just leave loose, because ideally what we'll want to do there is we'll want to have the battery chargers, right? So now I'll have this guy, and it'll probably just chill in the back here with the batteries on it. Next up, we have this guy. I don't know if I can stuff it down the side here or not. Yeah, I can. Cool. Goes in on the side. Another battery charger up in the front. And then the mic audio stuff can sit on top. This is looking good so far. We're looking good. We haven't tried to zip it up though. Side pouches. We'll go on this side. Spare batteries. Oh, it's starting to get tight. We're pushing the limits now. There we go. Other side bag. GoPro stuff. Assorted things. All right, and let's close it up and see how much room we still have left. Not too shabby. This is pretty tightly packed, I will say. But I still feel like I have some stuff that I can tuck things in on top here. I feel good about this. Let's take it to the bike and see how well it mounts up. There we go. So far so good. Everything mounted up all right. It seems pretty solid. Oh, I'm a bit too shy from the charger ports. Oh no, I'm gonna have to get something much longer, I think. And you know what I'm gonna do? I might run it. Oh, I don't know. We'll have to see. It'd be so great if this came out front here. Oh, too bad, eh? That's all right. You know what? The solution to that is just longer cables, I think. But overall, I mean, if I need to get out the drone, there we go. Here we are. There's the RC. So I think this is going to do it for me, folks. I think this is going to work. All right. So I think this tank bag is actually going to be up to the task of being a new camera bag. Well, at least a camera bag that I'll need when I have this set up for like maybe a moto camping or a longer adventure, maybe an ADV, you know, sort of build for the bike. But it held everything that I wanted it to hold. It has the drone in there. It's got the charging stuff in there. It has all of the battery, like storage stuff that I wanted to have. Plus, it's got a really great spot to bring the cables out. Now the cables are a little bit too short. They don't reach my charging stuff on the dash. But the solution to that is just longer cables. So that's an easy fix. In addition to all that, there's still actually a lot of space. Plus, this still hasn't been extended, so I can even pull this up. There's lots of space to this tank bag for such a small little envelope on the bike. I mean, it doesn't take up a lot of space. So I'm really happy about that. I think it's good. Good first impressions for the Nelson Rigg Trails End RG 1045. I think it's the model number. Anyway, I hope this has helped you make a decision. If you've been on the fence about getting this bag, and I hope it's just given you some first impressions that'll help make the decision for you. We'll put this thing to the test this season. We'll put it to the test for sure. And, maybe later on we'll get some long-term impressions. Who knows? Anyway, if you're interested in seeing some of those adventures, I strongly recommend that you subscribe to the channel. We have new motorcycle adventures every Monday, and I'd be glad to have you along for those adventures. Until then, if you're riding, ride safe. And if you're waiting for your season to come, I hope it comes quick, Island Riders, because we got a lot of places to see on Prince Edward Island and then some. Anyway, until then, take care.